Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have got an exciting Excel tutorial lined up for you. We'll be diving into the powerful world of logical functions, especially the if and ifs function in Microsoft Excel. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest Excel tips and tutorials. Now, let's talk about the if function. It's like Excel's superpower when it comes to making decisions in your data. The if function in Excel is a logical function that allows you to perform a test or check a condition and return one value if the condition is true and another value if the condition is false. Now, let's look at the syntax of the if function. The syntax starts with an equal to and then the if statement, open bracket, and the first value, that is the logical test or the condition that we want to evaluate. If this condition is true, the function returns the value specified in the value if true, else it returns the value specified in the value if false. Now, what is value if true? It is the value that has to be returned if the logical test or the condition is true. What is value if false? It is the value that has to be returned if the logical test or the condition evaluates to be false. Now, let's look at how to use this formula and understand the syntax better with an example. This is a dataset containing list of restaurants, the names, the average cost of two, aggregate rating, and the feedback. Now, the problem statement is that we have to create a new column called rating and we have to check if the aggregate rating of the particular restaurant is more than 4 or not. If it's more than 4, then we have to write excellent, and if it's less than 4, then we have to write okay. So let's understand what is the condition here. The condition here is whether the rating is more than 4 or not. So if it's more than 4, that is true, the condition is true, then the output should be excellent. And if the condition fails that the rating is less than 4, then it should be okay. So how should we do it? Let's first create a column called rating. Now select the column, write equal to, then if, open bracket. It's asking for the logical test. So what is the condition? The condition is that the rating should be more than 4. So select D2, which has the rating, then the greater to symbol, then 4, and press comma, and now it's asking for value if true. So what is the value if the rating is more than 4? It should be excellent, right? Close the double inverted comma, then press comma. Now what if the value is false? That means if the rating is below 4, that should be okay. So write okay. Close the bracket, press enter. And now when you double click here, and you can see that for all the hotels that have aggregate rating of more than 4, it is now showing excellent. And the ones that have 4 or below are now showing okay. So this is how you can use the if function in Excel. But what if you have multiple conditions to consider? That's where nested if and the ifs function come into play. It's an extended version of if that allows you to evaluate multiple conditions and execute different actions based on the outcomes. Let's look at the syntax with an example to understand how to use these functions in Excel. So this is the syntax for multiple ifs. It starts with an equal to, the if statement, and then the first condition and the value if it's true. And in the second value, instead of writing what if the value is false, we will write another if statement with the second condition and then the value if it's true. And again, instead of writing the value if false, we will again write another if statement with the third condition, and it will keep on going on until and unless we reach the last condition, and after that it will end at the value if all these conditions are false. For example, in this case, we have marks of few students. Now the problem statement is that we have to fill this remark column using this criteria. So what are the conditions here? The first condition is if the marks is between 19 and 100. So this is condition 1. This is condition 2. This is condition 3. This is condition 4. And this is the condition if all of them fails. Go to the remarks column, write equal to, then write if, open bracket. What is the first condition? That the marks has to be more than 90. Then comma. What is the value if true? The value should be excellent. In the next value, we will start another if statement with the second condition. What is the second condition? It is if the marks is above 70. So what will be the value if it's true? The value should be good. So write good. Again, we will write another if statement for the third condition. What is the third condition? If the marks is above 50. Now what is the value if it's true? It should be average. Now again, we will write another if statement for the fourth condition. That is, if the marks is above 40. So what is the value for marks if it's more than 40? It needs improvement. Now, since we have reached the end of all the conditions, the only condition that we are left is less than 40. So what is the value for that? It's fail. So we will just write fail here. And then close the brackets for all the opened if conditions. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then press enter. And now when I double click here, it will fill all the values for the other students in this table. And you can see it's following all the condition here. The students who have got more than 90 have got excellent. The students who have got more than 70, this student, they have got good. And the students who have got above 50, they have got average. And the students who have got between 40 to 49, they have got need improvement. And the ones who have got below 40 have got fail. So this is how you can perform nested if in Excel. Now you can see that when we do nested ifs, we have to write this if statement multiple times. But using this special formula of ifs, we can avoid writing the if formula all the time. And the formula now becomes ifs, open bracket, condition 1, value if true, then again condition 2, value if true, then condition 3, then value if true, and it keeps on going on. So let's try using this formula instead of the other one. So let's delete these values. Now let's write equal to ifs. What is the condition 1? Marks should be greater than 90, comma, the value for the first condition if it's true, it's excellent. Then comma, the second condition, that is if marks is more than 70, comma, the value if it's true, it's good, comma, the third condition, that is if marks is more than 50, then the value is average, comma, and the fourth condition, that is if the marks is more than 40, then needs improvement. And the last condition is if the marks is less than 40. And the value is fail. Close the bracket and press enter. Double click here. So this is how you can use this ifs function to avoid writing the if multiple times in this formula. So that's it for this video. I hope you are as excited as I am about if and ifs. If you have any question or comments, please leave them down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Excel tutorials. Thank you and see you in the upcoming video.